The idea for me to do this video came in a roundabout way. The Spider-Man Far From Home trailer came out a little while ago, and in it, Mysterio jumped out, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, and they said he was from an alternate universe, and they called it a multiverse. And I was like, wait a minute, this is a Marvel movie, and they're saying that they have a multiverse now? Isn't that DC's thing? DC's whole history in the comics, well, a lot of it, has to do with alternate universes and parallel universes, Earth 1, Earth 2, Earth 3. I think they even say in that trailer that, Mysterio's from another Earth. And I was like, man, DC didn't trademark the multiverse concept, mind you. They aren't the only, fictional universe throughout history to do it. But in comics, they're the one that's pretty much the most famous and notorious for doing it. And now, there are going to be generations of people who are going to think that the whole multiverse theory is Marvel's thing. So at first I was like, now that Marvel's starting the whole multiverse thing in their universe, does that mean that, they've kind of beat DC to the punch and DC can never do it? Or, if DC does it, they'll be accused of copying, Marvel, even though, Marvel didn't start that concept at all in the comics. That's what I thought of at first, and my conclusion was, whatever. I mean, if they ever decide to do a multiverse in DC, they shouldn't be scared, or whoa, Marvel did it first. Because if you think about it, DC and Marvel have a lot of characters who occupy the same kind of space. They have cosmic heroes like Green Lantern, the New Gods, and Marvel's got a lot of cosmic characters, and they've already started in the cosmic phase of Marvel. And it's not like just because Marvel started doing cosmic stuff with Captain Marvel and Infinity War and Endgame, that means DC can never do a New Gods movie or whatever. Because, if DC allows, Marvel did it first, if they let that be the reason in their heads why they don't approach things on the DC side, they aren't going to be able to do a lot of their characters, right? I mean, DC is very famous in comics for having all these magic characters like John Constantine, Dr. Fate, Zatanna. But, for them to say we can't do those because, Doctor Strange and Marvel's out, that's horrible. So I do think that if DC wants to do a multiverse, they should still do it. Maybe they need to be mindful of how Marvel is doing their multiverse in their movies like Spider-Man Far From Home and whatever, to make it seem like everything's not exactly the same. But, I don't think that they should never do a Green Lantern movie because Captain Marvel made $1 billion. And, if Marvel ever makes a Namor movie for them to we have to change how to do Aquaman. In fact, if Marvel does a Namor movie, then, DC should definitely do the multiverse and, cosmic heroes. Because, when it comes to aquatic superheroes, DC did it first. And they did it well with Aquaman making $1 billion. So if Marvel has the confidence to be like, yeah, our competition made $1 billion underwater movie, but we're still going to do Namor, DC should turn right around and say, well, yeah, Marvel made a cosmic, Captain Marvel movie, so we can go ahead and make our cosmic Green Lantern movie. Same thing with the multiverse. Do that multiverse, DC. Who cares if Marvel did it in the movies first? Certainly not in the comics first. But in the movies, let's do it. But then, that does bring up another point. Should DC do the multiverse concept at all? I don't think it's a good idea for them, especially since they're still kind of getting their cinematic universe in order, straightened out, I think, right now. Or at least I think that's what they're trying to do. Introduce alternate versions of characters, right? To have 3 different Batmen running around on screen when you don't even have your one main Batman yet, or, 5 different Wonder Woman. I'm not even sure if having multiple Jokers on screen is going to work. The Joaquin Phoenix Joker in, that Elseworlds, movie universe. That's different from the Joker that is supposed to be running around in the main DCEU, the one with Suicide Squad and BVS and stuff happening in it, in Shazam. We're gonna find out how that works for DC pretty soon in October when Joker comes out. So, I don't think that DC should be afraid to do the multiverse just if Marvel does it first. But I also think they need to think about, do we need to do a multiverse? What's wrong with having, one version of DC characters in the movies? If they ever want to do a multiverse concept, they should do it when they want to cross over with their TV universe, right? Now that would be cool. What if Grant Gustin's Flash showed up in the live-action Flash movie somewhere down the line? The audience would lose their minds. So, if DC is looking for ways to do a multiverse differently than the way Marvel's done it so far, bring over some of their TV characters to meet the movie characters on the screen. That would blow people's minds. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.